Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Unity tutorial. In this video we will be working on getting the mean and the median from this set of random numbers. So let's get into the video. Okay, so what we want to do first is create a function that calculates the total sum of all of the numbers in our list. So we can do that by creating a private double, and I'm saying double because it's not a void function. We want to get something back, we want to return a value, okay, and that's obviously the total sum. So we'll say private double, we can call this function get total sum, and then we want a total sum, open close brackets. Okay, and then what we want to do now is we want to go through our entire list and we want to add all of those numbers back into our total sum variable that we created on top here. So we can say for each tab, and then we can say for each number in our list, we want to set total sum plus equal to the number. Okay, so this basically means total sum is equal to total sum plus number. Okay, so this is just a short form of this. Cool. Then the next thing we want to do is obviously return that sum because we want to use it in another function. So we can say return total sum. Cool, so that takes care of getting the total of all of our values in our list. So now let's create our function to get the mean. So we can create a public function, and the reason it's public is because that we want to activate this function when we click the button. So we'll create a public void, and we can call this function get mean, and we're going to pass in the variable from here. Okay, so we're going to say total sum, double total sum, I can spell properly. Okay, open close. Okay, so what we want to do is first we want to get the total, we want to divide it by the number of values in the list. So let's do that. Let's just create a variable first to hold the average. So we can create a variable quickly, can call it double average, and we can set everything in this one line. So we can say is equal to, and now we want to call this function because we already have the function to calculate the total. So we'll say get total sum, and we can pass in that variable total sum, and then we want to divide it by our random number list dot count. Okay, so that's going to say however many numbers is in our list, this will return that value. So if we have 10 numbers, this will return 10. If we have 11 numbers, this will return 11. Okay, that's done. The next thing we want to do is we need to display this. So we're going to say public text mesh pro UGUI, and we're going to call it average number text holder. We can just say average number holder. Okay, then we want to go all the way down, and now we want to set this value. Okay, so we're going to say average number holder dot text, reason being because we want to get the text component of that holder, and we're going to set this equal to the average, right, which is this number. But we also need to convert this to string, right, in order for it to be displayed. But the other thing we want to do is we want to display this to 3 decimal places. So we want to, if the value is 45.5, we want to display it as 45.123, or if the value is 45.652, so we'll say 45.652. That's how we want to display it. So how we do that is we're going to use a string.format component, right? The first argument it takes in is your formatting, and the next argument it takes in is the actual value that you want to pass through. So we're going to say string.format, open brackets, open double quotation, open a curly. Okay, then we're going to say 0:0 dot and we want it to 3 decimal places, so we're going to say 10, 20, 3 zeros. We're going to close the curly off, we're going to close the double quotations off, we're going to say comma, and the next argument that we want to pass is the actual value that we want to format, which is the average. So we're going to say average, then we're going to close everything off, make sure you have all of your brackets closed off, and end it off with a semicolon. Okay, and the reason it gives me a squiggly here is because I need to add a namespace called using system. So I can just control dot on top of the string and just click on using system. Okay, that should take care of that. Save our work. Okay, so this also gives us a squiggly here now. Reason being is that we also need to add one more namespace or using right at the top, and that is using random is equal to unity engine dot random. For some reason Unity gives off this error saying that some ambiguous wording or something like that. So if you also experience that, just add in this line here on top. Hey guys, so before we actually get into Unity and test this out, I just want to change one value quickly. For some reason Unity doesn't like it when we're trying to get doubles and then we use integer values to divide. So what we're going to do is we're going to just delete this out, and we're going to add in the total numbers in list, okay, which we declared on top here. Okay, and I'm going to just change this into a double, and I'll say .0f, or we can just say 10f. That's fine. Okay, so everything should be working fine. Now let's head into Unity and test this out. Okay, so we can click play. So we generate our 10 numbers, and we can get the mean, which is 55.300, and there it shows nicely the 3 decimal places. We can just test this quickly. If we open up our calculator, we can add up all these numbers: quick 12, 86, 28, 69, 93, 74, 37, 93, and 41. Divide that by 10, and you can see we get 55.3, which is working great. So I actually wanted to do the get median button now, but this video is getting too long, so we'll do that in the next video.